going on, you amazing people? Jacob Bowler here, and tonight we're going to talk about money, 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 money. That's right. Now, money's not what you really think it is. And I want to explain this to you. The more you know about things, the wiser you are, and the better that you can think about things in a more positive. The more positive the thing that you can think about in a more positive light, the greater chance you are to achieve that. Now, if you don't know, education, wisdom is power. Not power over anyone else, honestly, just power over yourself. The more you know, the greater you are. And the more clear you become about things, the greater you are going to feel about those things. Which means you're not so negative about those things, and it'll bring more of those things to you. And the world that we are in, that we believe we have to pay to live here, yeah, only species that's ever existed that believes they have to pay to live on planet Earth when it's free. Explain that to yourself. You pay to live here even though it is free. Odd. The other thing, which is pretty sad, is the exchanging of time for money, which is literally exchanging your life for numbers, for paper that only have a perceived value. And your value, and everyone that put their value on themselves in this 21st century, is on how much money you make. Your value is what you are worth an hour. Even in the most civilized and advanced countries in the world, their hourly rates, just for a common job, is like $20 an hour. In Australia, the golden country, it's under $20 an hour, your minimum wage. Your value is under $20 an hour, your life. And if you go and invest or take a loan out to get a higher value for a higher education and spend more time, more life to study that, then you're valued as more. Yeah, but you're still working for someone else, most likely, to build their dreams, not your own. And guess what the greatest and most expensive, the most sought after, the most exclusive thing on earth has ever been? Creations. The most expensive thing on this planet is art. Ironically, in people's minds, they see it as, oh, you're going to go to art school. Oh, well, you're going to be poor for the rest of your life. Except for every single thing that every human being in this 21st century and since the beginning of time has spent with their money was created by an artist of some kind. Musician, dancer, actor, designer, architect, you know, things that you want to buy, those fancy Ferraris, those beautiful penthouses, those beautiful mansions, that nice expensive handbag, all created by an artist. So in fact, the most valuable thing, the most expensive thing that's ever been sold as an item was paintings. Think of it today. And sadly, back then, these great painters and artists weren't valued. But now, they are. Ironic how stupid people are throughout history. And even to this day. What's the point? To value yourself. To stop working for others and start working for yourself. Stop exchanging your life for money. One of the greatest successes in life is to understand, this is wisdom, to understand that you need to stop exchanging time for money. That's your goal. You must stop exchanging your time for money. If you're not making money while you're asleep, you will forever, ever be stuck in the cycle. Learn what it takes to succeed. Learn to stop having such a high expense rate and such a low income. Flip them around. You can be time rich and enjoy your life. You don't have to have all the money in the world. It's really what you do with it. It's not the size, it's what you do with it, people. It's how you use it. But it all starts up here. We are the manifestors of our existence. Now, if we are brought up in a society that is so negative about money, and people are so negative, they rob people, they steal people, they murder people, they rape people, they fucking kidnap people. Countries and governments overthrow other countries and governments still to this very day for profit. Yet, how do you think that affects our culture and our belief? We can't expect the Titans to change. We must change the Titans. We must be the culture that actually finally, for the very first time in the civilization, becomes conscious about what it actually is. See, money used to be God's penance. Money is an exchangement. It is you do God's work or in exchange a good deed, and you get to carry that good deed and pay it forwards. And the way to show that you have done a good deed, you went and helped Jacko over there, you've helped Jacko on his farm. Now you want to go and exchange that time and that gift that you've given him of your goodwill, that goodwill, you want to exchange that goodwill to go down to Steve-O and buy a new house. So you exchange that. How are you going to do that? Money. Somehow, now money makes money off itself. Sort of, it came to life. Very odd that. Stop exchanging your life for money and stop putting your self-worth and your value as how much you make or don't make. What you do have or don't have. Your value must be in here, it must be an internal thing, and it must be high. You must raise your value. Now, when you do that, things will just start changing in your life in such a positive way. You must understand what this money is. Money is not an egoic thing to get a thing, okay? It's not so that I can buy something and I can be greater than others because I have it, and because you don't have it or can't have it, therefore my status, my rep is higher, and now I can believe that I'm greater than everyone else because I need to be greater than everyone else because I don't think I'm jack shit and I think everyone's greater than me. Do you understand that? You think everyone's better than you because you think you're worthless and you're nothing. So you must become better than them. But you missed a major vital part. Guys, you're not bad. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not lacking, there's no less. You're perfect, you were born perfect. We are all born perfect. We're born on this earth. We're given a gift for free, and that's life. Stop exchanging life for money and stop thinking we need to pay to live here. Now, until the Titans have been changed, we still have to pay to live here. But instead of exchanging your time for money, invest in yourself so that you can create time. You understand? You can create time. You invest in you instead of exchanging your time for money. You take that money and invest it in yourself. Not just money. Take that life and make it precious. Make it priceless, because it is. You're just throwing it in the trash because you have no value for it, because others have no value for you. And you think that your value is attached to them. It's not. You must go and be an independent entrepreneur of your own self. You understand? Become the source of your happiness, become the source of your wealth, and your wealth will grow. Now, I want to explain to you guys the meaning of money in a very simplistic way. What is money for? I had this epiphany while I was driving along in my shiny red sports car on a late night through the mountains. You like my little explanation? That statement in itself, your mind would be, oh, he's got a shiny red sports car, he's better, and da-da-da, and I should listen. It's not. Do you know what the most precious and valuable and priceless moment of all that? Driving through the mountains in beautiful forests at night with my partner. That's what is priceless. priceless to me. I use that example because your brain wants to go to materialistic, but I am more focused on the priceless moments. Aren't materialistic. They're things you can't be bought. Now, money created pleasure for that. Money enabled me to have pleasure of driving through the mountains at night with beautiful trees hanging over the road and in a beautiful sports car that just built for that. And guess what also money did? It enabled that materialistically to happen. Now, the moment is for free. That's priceless. But the money was able to make the materialistic object be there. Moment isn't any more or less because of the value of the materialistic item. You could do it on a push bike, you could do it for going walking. It is just the value that you have on this. Now, this epiphany came to me in that moment. And this is what it is. Money is to remove problems from your life, or remove you from problems. I've had to do this before, and still to this very day makes everybody laugh, and it makes me laugh. I have told people, how much will it take? How much will it cost for you to shut up when they're having an ego episode? How much does this cost for you to shut up and go back to a normal human being and stop being a psychotic freak? It's been as little as $50 before. When people start changing who they are and the way that they treat you because of money, they're nothing more than a prostitute. They are so poor. They are so cheap that people will change the way that they treat you because of money. If I'm taking money from you, that's right. They will treat you differently because the lack of money you have now, or they'll treat you differently because of how much money you do have. It is disgusting behavior that people do. Absolutely disgusting. If you now like me because I have money, and you like me because you think you can get something out of me or from me, or because I'm from a certain country, and the moment you learn that those circumstances may change, you no longer like me. There's a problem. But before, there's no problem because you can get something from me. It's like in relationships, it's the same. It takes a great woman to stick with a man with no money. And it takes a great man to stick with a woman when he has a lot of money. So number one was to remove problems and drama out of your life. You think about it and you're like, how much is my time worth to me? And if I simply exchange this for that, and that problem is removed, or I no longer have to deal with that idiot, of course you exchange it. And this is what I learned in business school, guys. If you're making $100 an hour, okay, and it will take you 2-3 hours of your time to do something, and it's not just your time, it's your energy. That's another thing, guys. You have to understand your energy is priceless. And it will cloud your mind, and it will actually take you longer. So that 3 hours is now 5 hours of getting back to a state of mind where it's no longer affected or inebriated from that other thing that you did. So if, per se, you have to go and clean that up, right? What is the cost for me to do that? What is the financial cost? What is the cost on my energy? What is the cost on my mind? Remember the whole thing, don't let people live in your brain without paying rent. It's that same thing. And how long is it going to affect me, and how long is that going to disrupt me? When if I did something else first, or if I was to pay someone else to do it. And that's what I'm saying. That's the point of this is, if you're making $100 an hour, it takes you 3 hours, but the burden on you is too much, and it's not something that you want to pay, because money isn't just financial, but it's like energy, your life, how much of your life do you want to spend on that? Is it cheaper to get someone else to do it? People want to go off and stress their brains out and do all this sort of shit, but for a fraction of the cost of your hourly wage or how much you make an hour, someone else who is a professional and efficient and actually enjoys that can go off and do it themselves. For you. Very, very simple. Is your time valuable to you? And how much is your peace worth to you? That's another thing. It's not just time, it's your peace. It's your tranquility. It is your positive vibration. How much is that worth to you? And is it positive vibrating the world? Yes, it is. And if we're all vibrating on a positive frequency, then it will change the world. Yes, it will. So everyone trying to do all this stupid shit and getting all upset about it when they could be happy, and then the things would be happier, and you would create a happier life, and therefore, i.e. change the world. I think that's more important than whatever task, stupid thing that you're trying to do. Recap. Money is to remove problems. Do. Money is to gain pleasure. My pleasure right now, I'd love to go skydiving. Now, this is how it works. Right now, I could even have an assistant. And I literally just message my assistant, 2 tickets to Bora Bora, or 2 tickets to New Zealand. Gonna go skydiving. And you can even, that's what I mean, you don't even have to go through the whole process. You can go and get yourself a virtual assistant. And they will do everything for you. And you just pay them, and everything's booked. The taxi arrives, the limousine, whatever, and you literally have your whole plan. And they send it to you, and you just literally time, gate, let's go. And you rock up, and you go skydiving. And then you go back. That pleasure, that is the actual use for money. Oh, I feel like going to surfing in the Maldives. Go hit up my assistant, and she will make the arrangements. And I will literally just pack my shit, or even not pack my shit. I'll literally just go. And everything I need, I can get along the way. What's that? Oh, that's the use of money. It's not hoarding shit because you're not a hoarder because there's no hole inside of you. It is literally using money for what it's for. Creating pleasure and relieving drama. It is like lubing up yourself and going down a slippery slide, man. It is perfection, and that's all money's for. What is the stress on me? What is the stress on me? Because stress shortens my life and makes the time that I have here, well, stressful. Pretty shit, right? So removing problems and adding pleasure. Money. That's it. That is literally the purpose of money. And if you keep thinking about that, and that's the only thing that you think about, holy cow, guys, your life is going to be fantastic because, oh, what is it? Positivity. Remember, if you're going to do this, start with the negative. So the negative would be removing problems, and which that would, if you're going to say something, manifest problems. Okay? So if you're going to be truly mindful and correctful about this and positive language, you wouldn't really use that because that's a negative thing, and removing problems only makes more situations to remove problems. So instead, so if you're going to say it, and I have to say it, and that's why it's first, but secondary, which overrides the first one because positive is more powerful than the negative, that's why I put it second. Money's for pleasure. Creating pleasure in life. Not joy. Joy is an internal thing. Pleasure. It is a pleasure to fly first class. It's a pleasure. It creates that, just that peace. Create peace. Could be that. You understand? PP. Pleasure and peace. So that's what you focus on. Money is to create pleasure and peace. And it's not even to create it, it's to amplify it. It's to increase pleasure and peace. You need to learn this too. It's not about the money. The money isn't the goal. It's the lifestyle that you choose to live. It is about living a life by your design. No limitations here, limitless. Even the statement of limitless is a statement saying there is limitations. It's the same thing of want. Wanting equals more of wanting. So instead, absoluteness, isness, it's a word I created to explain everything that is positive. Okay? It's not about the money, it's about the lifestyle, the quality of life that you live by your choice, by your design. Now, I'm going to give you guys my mantra in life, okay? What I say over and over and over and over again. That's what a mantra is. You build up that habit to say this repetitively, which manifests it as a more neurologically builds that pathway, and it's also good for your habit building and so on and so forth. But you believe it, you say it enough, you believe it, just like every belief pattern that you have, and every belief pattern that civilization has had since the beginning of time is all something that someone has said and repeated it, and enough people have said it and repeated it and told enough people, and therefore now we are dealing with everything that we're dealing with. Why don't we just change that a little bit, flip it on its head, and go positive, eh? How about that? Jacob Polo's very own mantra. Ready? My mantra that I repeat to myself. This is the massive part of my life program, one of the core founding pillars of what it's all about and how I'm digitalizing it, which makes it a lot easier for everyone to build that neurological pathway and that habit in their brain, which manifests themselves a greater life, is repeating this over and over again. Now, I like to tell people do it every hour on the hour because, guys, why wouldn't you? Look at how frequently you look at your phone. Look at how frequently you look at social media and there's nothing there. So why wouldn't you feed your soul so you can get something better in life? Not just materialistic, but a better life, and you feel happier. So feed your soul, and that's, I can't divulge too much right now, but just trust me. I said everything without saying it, okay? And you'll love it when it comes out. We're still waiting, a few months out, maybe maximum 6 months. Okay, Jacob Polo's very own mantra. Let's go. To do what I choose, when I choose to do it, wherever I choose, with whom I choose, for as long as I choose. Now I'll do the one thing, to do what I want, when I want, wherever I want, with whoever I want, for as long as I want. But I like to rather say choose because that creates it as a reality. Now guys, create consciousness around the thing that is creating drama for you. Create consciousness around money and there'll be more. When you want for nothing, that's when it shows up. You can do it the painful way, have everything taken away, or you can do it the easy way, which is this way, which I'm teaching you. And it's just change the way that you think about it, feel about it, and what you believe. And it will change. When you stop wanting, it will start being. So guys, like always, look after yourself, look after each other. I love you all and have a great night. I need you to hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, hit that bell notification, go to my Patreon and help us out. Go to social medias, start investing in yourself. First, love and respect yourself. Your worth is not tied to your job or how much money you have or how much money you don't have, or what you do or don't do. Peace.